Yes, DJI Mic Mini. I must be about the last video blogger who's got around to buying one of these systems. Now, I'm no newbie to this game. It was like something like 2008 that I got my first YouTube channel going, Channel with Sunday. Go look it up, Channel with Sunday, Whitehaven Beach Party, or Channel with Sunday, Best Job in the World, or something like that. And you'll find videos of me a whole lot younger for a start. But anyway, come for the little ride. I'm going to show you why I've quit the Sennheiser gear at last and got myself the DJI Mic Mini. As I said, the last guy, but there's been good reason I've been holding back. But now there's plenty of reason to get on with the new gear. So you can immediately see what difference it makes with my new world order and the way things are done in video blogging these days. Because back in the day, and I've even traveled around the world with the likes of, you know, a somewhat rigid tripod. I had, if I was doing sort of Vox Poppy interviews, and I had the classic Sennheiser mic, which is still seeing used by news departments today. Of course, I had also paired with that. Look at this, what I did. So I actually pulled the caps off of these Sennheiser. You put your AA batteries in there. So you need them, and you need to charge them or buy a pack while you're overseas. And I strapped it all to this bit of wood, and so I could actually bracket it underneath the camera. So I went to all that trouble. Now, along the way, I've always been trying to adapt this sort of system along with its dual receivers, you know, which are used in professional audio and bands and presentations and events and those sorts of things. Of course, now we have this wonderful new world order where we just have, look at it, it's so cute, isn't it? And it all is so miniaturized. So well done, DJI. And I've looked at the DJI Mic 2, I've looked at the DJI Mic Mini, and I've looked at the other products from, say, Rode, and there was another one as well. But look how well this works. And I tell you, the actual thing that sold me in the end, and I just saw it in a video this morning before I did it, is that I've got the dead mice. It used to be dead cats, but these are more like dead mice, I guess. But you can close the cap and leave your little wind muffs on top. So that's so wonderful. Now, the fact it's a charge case, and I don't need to go too much into the details of this because you've seen plenty of reviews of this, but let's just reflect on some of the things that I'm leaving behind. So just genuinely kilos of weight here. And I used to travel with a backpack, typically with carry-on, and I'll be at least carrying my microphone, a tripod, a camera, and one of the transceivers or receivers, and also some sort of headphones, probably actually just a set of Walkman headphones instead of carrying the big cumbersome jobs, so I could make videos on the road. And say, even Best Job in the World back in 2009, I was on the road when that kicked off, and I had enough gear in my backpack in carry-on for me to make my application video for that. Ultimately, I didn't even get into the top 50 in that, and I'm not bitter, I assure you. But anyway, such was my ability to take this stuff with me on the road that I was able to shoot videos with a number of the applicants in England, in Italy, across Canada, LA. I shot one in LA, all because I was carrying enough of this equipment to get the job done and post the videos. Anyway, let's have a bit of a closer look at what we've got in the box here. And some of the finer points, as I said, the reason I went with this system. So first of all, as I said, the fact that you can leave the little dead cats on top. I'm frequently shooting in windy situations, so it's really important to have these wind caps. I'm actually going to pair a grey one and a black one in the box, so I've always got one of each depending on what costume is needed. Now, what else have we got to like about this system is, of course, that just as you, oopsie daisy, dropped one already. Now, that's the thing to watch out for, is that that's now out of the box. This other one's out of the box, and effectively, they are now switched on and ready to go. Fully charged, and there's nothing more to do. Now, meanwhile, of course, with the Sennheiser gear, I'd have to insert my stereo 1/8" input jack into the side of the camera. I'd have to power up both of these units. I'd have to listen through the headphones because these connections would often be a little bit loose, and I'd get some crackle and a bit of static, whereas now we've got a digital connection all the way through with these devices that I can be sure, or reasonably sure, amongst, you know, a couple of settings. There's always room to make errors. So actually, my takeaway for this thing, if you take away anything in your video blogger, be sure to have a checklist. A checklist is the way, and not a mental one, like just something written on the back of your phone, but just says, 1, switch on this, 2, connect up that. And, you know, if you're going to have something like an airplane fly overhead, be sure to use your microphone system, like I'll do right now. To self. and this is probably one of the few and only things I need to do, is as long as my levels are okay, I don't need to do too much in terms of setting up to now record through my DJI Mic Mini system. So I've plugged in the adapter using the USB-C. I'm going to trial the Bluetooth. People raise questions about its quality, but I'm optimistic about using it. I don't need amazing audio, but I definitely need the noise cancelling. Now in my Pixel here, and just using the standard camera app and switching to video, I've also got a checklist item that I'll have to have saying, be sure to go into your settings and make sure the wired mic is selected, because that's already tricked me early in the day when I had my first outing with this device. So, but here we have this other one. Now I've actually got, see that yellow light? Now this is a bit of a cheat and you might see it elsewhere, but that is the indication that the noise cancelling is on. So let's just check. I think you just press the power button. There, now it's gone out. So we've turned off our noise cancellation and we've got a green light there. And oh look, even just this is, maybe it's even connected now and sending through a second channel, because that's it. And now wonderfully, I hear that there's a jet taking off overhead. So with the noise cancel, let's turn this bad boy back on. So let's turn down the noise cancelling. And yeah, there's definitely a jet taking off from the nearby Coolangatta Airport here at the lovely Gold Coast. And so we'll see whether that bleeds through in the audio after the fact. But you can just say in the comments whether you hear it or not, because it won't be up to me. Now, the other thing I got, this cheeky little gizmo, which I think cost me all, maybe it was $10 Australian, maybe 50 RMB. I think it's actually less. But this, of course, is the a very, very lightweight selfie stick or tripod system that extends out, and then you push these down. There you go. So you make a nice little tripod. It wanders around in the breeze, so you don't really want to use this in windy situations, but these selfie sticks are now commonplace and virtually everywhere in China, and they've got a couple of great features here. So you can get in contact if you're interested. That, of course, the way these works, of course, is quite simple. Look, you just got a little bit of thumb screw there to adjust this, and then you've got this bracket pops out to hold your smartphone. And that's a springy job as well. So everyone in China's got one of these, and at the price, why wouldn't you? And that includes the little Bluetooth stop-start button. So if you're shooting video, they'll stop the video, start the video. If you're in photo mode, it'll take a photo when you press that button. And as I've shown you, you can pop that out of that little bracket, so you can stand, appropriate distance from the camera and say, okay, let's start our video blog, and press your little go button, and it'll start the video. Fantastic. Now, I know I'm giving away some flexibility, and I did look closely at the DJI Mic 2. What a fabulous product. A lot of complexity, a lot of flexibility. Obviously, its receiver has the little LCD screen. It shows you what's going on, whereas in this situation, I've got to rely on a couple of little lights and one dial, and otherwise use the app to configure it. But at the same token, I like the simplicity of this. The fact that I'm just going to pull it out of this box. It's already got the little ear muffs on, wind muffs on. I'm going to plug it into the end of my phone, or even hopefully just use it by Bluetooth, and I'm pretty much good to go, except for that one setting in the camera app to make sure that it's set correctly. I want to make sure I covered off everything with this. I'm not going to travel with the nice fluffy case. You don't need to see the unboxing. Obviously, it's beautifully packaged. Comes with a USB-C cable. It's also got in the box as well, that you might have seen as well. It's got the a 1/8 stereo jack to 1/8 stereo jack, so I can plug this in if I want to do a 2-camera shoot. I've got some potential video interviews to come up where I might use the traditional Sony 4K cameras in a studio setting, in which case I'll be using this cable here to connect up my mini receiver into the microphone jack on my handy dandy old 4K cameras. Anyway, look forward to getting some more video content for you guys. If you've been fans of this channel, I've been putting up with the noise in the background when I'm making my videos, wind noise, airplane noise, China's got so many people noise, then I appreciate you hanging in there, and let's get you some better audio and make your experience of the listening part at least a whole lot more enjoyable with the DJI Mic Mini. Cheers. Of course, if you like this video and you like this content, then please be sure to comment and subscribe. Even if just they say, this is the stuff I want, is really important to me.